afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting and amazing Propagandacast. Me, your host, Imperial Dane, Master Propaganda Hero, Psych Defender of the Fatherland, your only trusted news and source of Campaneers bits. Anyways, we got here Apdo in the north fighting for the Oberkommando West, Germany, Deutschland with Fortifications, Scavenge, and Overwatch Doctrine, Triple Infantry in the south. We got Medic fighting for America, freedom, and democracy. Rolling out here with the 2nd Armored Division versus Abdo's 15th Panzer Division. Panzergunner Division specifically. And we got here, well, mostly infantry there. We got assault units en masse there for Medic. Note both players are roughly around the rank 50 with their respective factions on the leaderboards. That is, apparently some people seem to mistake a level with the rank. That is, you sort of, when you gain it, fight, you gain experience, stuff like that. It's not quite the same. It has to specifically be another rank on the leaderboards. Anyways, double assault units there, rather common start, very aggressive start here from Medic versus Apdo with Volkskunde Sturmpanies and a Kugelwagen out there, interestingly enough here. Labs, of course, sees more territory faster since it caps territory faster, but also, can move between the points faster, and that way just sees more. Sturmpanies run off the entrance here to the house by the eastern victory point of the fuel point here, Volks securing the car point. More Volkskunde on the way for Apdo, and we got, nothing further there from Medic so far. Might be he's setting up for a lieutenant here, or a captain. And there you go. First shots fired here. Assault units trying to charge the Sturmpaniers, but the assault rifles do keep the assault units a bit of distance here. And without a flamethrower, it can't easily burn them out. He just pops into the house here. So Medic is forced to sort of disengage here. And we got a third assault unit squad out here for Medic. This is a very aggressive build in a sense. I mean, he's got a lot of submachine gun firepower here versus Apdo. And it's only a bit of a trick here for Apdo to sort of slow this down without any machine guns whatsoever. Around the eastern victory point there, the assault units charging forward, forces falling back here, more moving up here to try and slow down Medic's charge, his mad dash for democracy. Folks are doing what they can here, down to half health here on the assault unit Sturmpanies moving as well there. We got the third squad that's slowed around now, the assault unit squad there pushed back, was able to focus down, use the Kuban, the Sturmpaniers and the Volkskunde here. Medic's push here is slowly being deflected and worn down by Apdo's stalwart defense. Assault units versus Sturmpaniers here. There we go, up close. The assault units should have the chance of the Sturmpaniers there thanks to the grease guns. Overall doing more damage. There we go. Sturmpaniers right. Assault units forced back. More foot on the way for Apdo. Overall, even loses the Sturmpaniers when he's forced to push back with it. He still overall won this since that's really it. Comparatively, most of Medic's assault units have taken quite a bit of damage in the process and will be costing him a lot of manpower to get replaced. So this is overall, I think, a very favourable engagement to an extent. There's also the other side of it, of course, is economic in terms of munitions and fuel, because while he's been aiming at shooting down all these assault units, he's not really been gaining any ground compared to the Medic has been gaining most of the map in the process, so it's not quite that straightforward either. Assault units are reinforced graded from the next push, we'll probably see at least one flamethrower up there. And there we go, we got the lieutenant, the platoon command post up there. Very much sort of favours aggressive play there with 50 calibers to help back up. They keep the defender suppressed. And of course, light vehicles sort of further back up. The sort of someone's a very good sort of early aggression vehicle. It's going to force your opponent to have to consider anti-tank weapons, and of course also deal with the sort of other light counters you might get to the infantry. So Medic here obviously is going to follow up with a continued aggression here versus the Germans. 2nd Armour continues the assault. Patton shouting down the phone and telling them to keep pushing those Krauts back towards Berlin. Krautland or wherever it is. Assault units charged in the centre here. Assault comes up the eastern side. Lieutenant there running from Medic. He really wants to consider, I think, some support weapons in the long run. 50 caliber will do a lot of good, or just mortars to help slay down smoke streams so assault units can charge more easily through, because otherwise, I mean, if Apdo can just line up reasonably well, he can sort of focus down the assault units as they charge through. So I mean, he needs to be mindful of it, because otherwise he can very much just get into a spiral of heavy manpower bleed. Mines being laid down there by Apdo to slow down the assault. Very good. Lieutenant out there. And we got, there we go, tech happening there. The mechanized platoon command post. And that will, oh, he's going straight for the M20. He's not even waiting for the steward. Medic is so infused with aggression, bloodlust, anger, democracy that he will, push down to the M20 there. Fixing up the Kugelwagen here with the Sturmpaniers. How do they work there? Note the assault units in the US Army were actually sort of more of a attachable unit, sort of more on a core level asset. They were not an organic part of any division, those sort of more tactical that are needed, compared to Sturm Pioneers, who are essentially just, you know, pioneers, and you're just part usually of a division. And we usually sort of consider the division's best units alongside usually the reconnaissance, or in the case of the German infantry divisions, the Fusiliers. So a little fun fact there in terms of organisation and differences there. We got Rearson versus the advancing Photon Grenadiers. We got the M20 utility card here for Medic, which was all, I believe, used mostly in tank destroyer battalions. Basically, it was there to act as reconnaissance for the tank destroyers, scout ahead, you know, look for good spots and all that. Would usually work with jeeps for that purpose. So a little fun note there as well. Rearson's there routed by the Fultons in the west. Could see a wipe there against Medic. So there you go, pushing it with M20. Armoured skirts almost done. He's about to hit the mine, but no, dodges it. Goes straight here for the Sturm Pioneers. Assault engineers on the end hit the mine. Saving one there for the M20. I guess, and only loses one assault engineer. So there you go, Sturm Pioneers routed here. Medic keeps up the pressure. He keeps up the push against the Krauts, against the Nazis. MG35 here for Apdo. Certainly a very crucial choice here against all of these assault engineers. Whatever he can do to slow down the assault engineers, of course, is really crucial here for Apdo. No doctrine for him as of yet. Shotting fired here, assault engineers suppressed. They're trying to wire off the sandbags there. Back here, healing reinforcement for Apdo. Back here we got reinforcement there for medics, the echelons, and we got the ambulance all the way there for medic as well. M20 laying down heavy firepower there with the 5th caliber, murdering up some Krauts, some German infantry. Demo charge up here by the house to sort of try and catch up any Germans trying to use the defense against medics. Cheeky play there, very nasty, and could prove very effective in just further disrupting Abdo's defensive efforts. He's going there for the Kedenauer finally. You could also consider Panzer section of Sturm Pioneers just to add further. Of course, he may be worried about mines, he may not. It's hard to say there. Some American players lay down lots of mines that we've seen in previous episodes. Others sort of consider, you know, consider mines part of the French dictionary, you know, something they don't have to bother with. Down here, troops reinforcing. No further take up there yet from medic. Got the MD-34 here versus the M20. Closing in on Veterans U1 there, grabbing the eastern fuel point. Going to kill out the Fultons there pretty easily. Fuel point on the west being harassed by Apdo. Very nice work there. And there you go, getting focused on this, tries to close in, but there you go, still managing close enough, opens up, but there you go, Brandhand Granada off here for Apdo, forces out the assault units. They're going to try, I think, for a wipe on the assault units. Very good move there. On the other hand, team might get tempted to use the house, in which case medic is going to punish Apdo in a very explosive manner. But so far, no sign of that there, no sign of it. Ooh, flamethrower drop, now that is big for Apdo. Partly, of course, it also means medic lost an assault unit score, but nonetheless, that's going to be helpful there, since the flamethrower is just a good weapon as an infantry. And of course, just also means medic needs to be more careful overall in a lot of other ways. So, big win there for Apdo, big win. It might not quite turn the tide in his favour right away, but it's going to help them in the longer run. Medic following up with the Studs, he's just keeping up the aggression in an incredible way here. M20s and Studs, definitely not something we've been seeing so far here from that doctrine, although that tier, shall we say, there after the changes. So that's going to be very interesting to see here from medic what he does further. Of course, he needs to at some point take up. Otherwise, Apdo will get ahead of Panzer IV of medic, and then he's likely going to just try and crush him. We got here the fortification for Apdo, continuing with a defensive strategy to slow down his, you know, buy time. We'll have to see what it goes for, but I imagine there's going to be S-mines. Maybe a machine gun bunker too. Grabbing back the eastern fuel point. Kupferwagen goes down finally, bites the dust and explodes. We got medic there with the attack seat, trying to bypass the MD-34, but he finds no quarter and is routed. M20 there, continuing to roll about there. 11 kills by the way already. Veteran T2, very good stuff there. And like Kevin never routed. Medic is on an absolute roll here versus Apdo. And the 15th Panzer Grenadiers who are just being battered silly by the 2nd Armour. It's utterly almost fanatical assaults. Mines being laid down there, very good, very good. More Fultons there for Apdo. And a truck. Likely guessing it's going to be the Schwer Panzer quarters whenever he can actually build it. There's a bit short on fuel there due to medics' very consistent and concise harassment. Truck on the way there. salvaging up the Cooper Run for a bit of extra fuel. Certainly whatever he can get is definitely something there that Apdo should be seizing with both hands as greedily as possible. And Trent is going to be slowed down a bit, but I would say Medic's been getting really good value out of it so far. I mean, it's half 8 to veteran fleet. It's gotten 12 kills. It's just been able to keep up a lot of pressure, and Apdo made half for him to defend. And now, of course, we're adding the Steward into the mix. So they're just further adding to the pressure and intensity that Apdo is experiencing here from Medic. There you go, striking the Storm Pioneer. Some they don't have, or Volkswagen's over here, they don't have another Panzerfaust. They do though, but there you go, Kevin joining in as well. Oh, he's going to get punished here. He did not anticipate this, and the Steward is down. That's a definite win there for Apdo. Medic there getting way too confident, I think, versus Apdo, and that is very much the price it paid there. So far, no sign of popping into the house here though. And might it finally happen? Or will it ever happen for that matter? Truck out there, that's going to be very aggressive setup. Spare punted course, kind of risky if Medic goes for a lot of anti-tank guns, but on the other hand, it could provide him with the relief he needs versus Medic. Plus, Medic's forces right now would not be quite set up for dealing with such a thing. So, bit of a gambit, but I can see the logic behind it. Got the assault just charging forwards, backed up by the assault unit, or lieutenant there. Fortunately, they're being absolutely overrun by the 5th Cav now backing up as well there, making it harder for Apdo to defend, and the truck is likely to have to move here. Can't, I think, get away with setting up now, as Medic is very much threatening the area around. Oh, he goes for it nonetheless. He's trying it. Bold move there. He's going to have to sacrifice possibly a lot of men to get this to work. The soldier is close being wiped out. Looks like he is managed to set up a infantry screen that is protecting the Schwerpunted Quarters in its most vulnerable stage. A very bold play there by Apdo, but if it does pay off though, it does mean he's going to have more room to wiggle with. He's going to have to worry about certain areas less against Medic, and that could allow him to play more aggressively versus Medic, who's certainly suffering a bit for this. Still, double 50 caliber, still no sign of further tech there. He should, I think, be trying to push for medium armor by now. Unless he's looking to go straight for the 105mm Sherman. 50 caliber there, assaulted and routed. Very close to the ace level there on the M20, Raketenhoff in hot pursuit. And finally begins to stick his presence to the west. Schwer punted quarters up. Still some time if you won't go for any armor, of course, but you know, Orbsuladen could prove to be helpful here versus Medic as well. Light infantry gun for Apdo, actually would not be a bad choice either. Nothing further happening in his base. Mines going off somewhere. Looks like the folks that hit one of the Medic's mines. And there we go. Schwer punted quarter wheel himself, tearing through the M20's armor there with ease. Ooh, almost got her there with a Raketenhoff, but ultimately whiffed that one. Victory points wise, Medic's got the lead here at Apdo. Heading for the eastern fuel. And there you go, finally pops into the house and it gets obliterated, costing one of Apdo's infantry squads there. Fortunately, these were more or less, well, entombed there. Great work there by Medic. Obviously pretty terrible though for Apdo. Essentially just a loss of score, but also the way it happened could be, you know, off-putting from and cause to tilt. That's also a possibility there. In the west, grabbing the fuel point here, harassing, trying to slow down Medic's fuel income. That's definitely a very good idea. To prevent him, you know, just pushing for medium armor as fast as possible. Though he is not going for the captain, so Medic, despite I would say having plenty of opportunity to do so, is not quite keen as of yet in pushing for tanks. But also could indicate he is just gonna rely on bulldozer Shermans here versus Apdo. Which likely means he's going to then be using anti-tank guns to deal with most armoured threats, and probably use that to help deal with the Schwerer Panzer Hauptquartier here from Apdo and the 15th Panzer Grenadiers. On the west we've got the M20 being 48, 16 kills so far, ace level. Captain almost done there for Medic and the 2nd Armoured Division. Flamethrower duel here between Apdo and Medic's units. Sandbags up. Big 2 points whilst Medic remains increasingly in the lead here. Ooh, we got M6 anti-tank mounts on here from the M20. Oh my, that could end up very interestingly if Apdo actually hits that one, that since that of course mean immobilized either Panzer IV, Panther, theoretically even the King Tiger. More SAMX down here. Apdo is further preparing, I think, to try and absorb Medic's assaults. 50 caliber at the front line, Captain out. We'll obviously see what he goes for next. I mean, he's very close to him to begin calling in the Bulldozer Germans here versus Apdo. Assault user versus Fultz Grenadiers. Second line gun for Apdo. He's really going on the defensive. He's really like trying to just provide some different tools of beating out Medic and, you know, make it hard for him to attack. We'll obviously see how double light infantry gun works out with this, because it does mean he's going to be not quite, say, heavily equipped to deal with that one. But of course, he might be planning a Yak plan something to deal with that.
German dozers have reached the front line.
Assault units continuing up the east might threaten the fuel point again here against Apdo and the 15th Panzer Grenadiers in the west. Creations, Milieu Lieutenant on the watch, and there we go. Bulldozer Sherman out here, 105mm howitzer there added to the Sherman. Usually about, I think, 2 per tank battalion sort of there. Should be, you know, used where we need. This is essentially the American version of the Screw 42, and was essentially meant to clean up, you know, darken infantry, fortified positions and the likes. So Medic is just keeping up his incredibly aggressive strategy, and there he goes, trying to get the Sturmpanzers. There we go, almost got the entire squad here with the Bulldozer Sherman. And these bit of skirmishing assault units routed. MD-34 there being moved about. Directly from the spare punted quarters. Infantry routed. Pushing ahead there, shattering trees with its mighty bulldozer. Langraskaya on the way there for Apdo. Fortunately, they're taking a nasty hit from the Bulldozer Sherman. Almost took out the entire unit. But there you go, allowed himself to get Panther fire, taking heavy damage. He's throwing himself smoke here to slow down like Kedneffer. Not a bad idea. But in this case, it doesn't quite fully cover. Should now. Still, Apdo is remaining very much in the defensive. He's going to need tanks. There you go, M20 rushing in there, throwing down smoke as well. Not entirely sure what's happening now. I think he forgot about the scrap punted quarters for just a few seconds there. There we go, going to quickly get to work down the 105mm Sherman. Lines of gun moving about. Troops enemy enforcing. Anti-tanking on the way. Lieutenant being assaulted by Sturmpanzers in the west. Got the Captain under fire from the light infantry gun. Anti-tank on the way there for Medic. In this regard, the Apdo right now does have the artillery edge. They with 2 light infantry guns, whereas Medic has no real artillery. Pushing for the fuel again now. Fulton there versus the assault units up close. The assault units very much win on that one with the grease guns and the flame from the center victory point being secured. We got 252 versus 458. Sherman there, good to go. We could consider adding a machine gun on top there. Apdo, I think, is saving up for a Panther here. I mean, he could go for the Panther 4, but I imagine he's rather wants to put an end to the armor, then set up some threatening stuff there. So the Panther, I guess, is what he's aiming for. It's just that he's too been preoccupied to go for a Panther 4, and I think he could have. Guess we found out soon enough. Still, we got the 2 light infantry guns there, hammering away, looking to splatter any Americans within their arc of fire there. Ooh, mine went off, almost annihilating Medic's assault engineer squad. That's less gun. There you go. Bullets moving head straight to double a Kedneffer still, and he's immediately routed. Not the best push there by Medic. He seems to be struggling a bit here with how to, you know, finish off the remainders of Apdo's force here in a bit of a pocket by the munitions points. So we'll have to see what Medic comes up with in an attempt to break that. Apdo is, well, can go for the Panther now, and he does go for the Panther. He does go for the Panzerkampfwagen 5. Claiming the east here from the American from the 2nd Armored. Got that M20 utility car zipping eastwards. Looking at the Fullscundis, 14 kills there. 5th Cavalry covering the centre. Got the Bulldozer being fixed up. I mean, it's definitely going to need more than one anti-tank gun to have a chance of stopping the Panther. But so now it's going to come down to how he uses the Panther. Because if he uses the Panther poorly, he probably won't anyways, because it's not going to have much of an impact no matter what. 5th Cavalry there being smoked, he's going to rush the centre victory point. Nice work there in the east. We got the assault units moving up with the captain in tow, and we got the 105 Sherman moving up as well. Panther almost done there. You go, Kednev hit off. 5 kills, veterans 1 and the Bulldozer Sherman. Assault units captain Chinese force got Stream Punch moving to counter-attack. March was about there added. Close one there, but not quite. And we could see the assault unit squad go down in the aces. Oh no, managed to get past the corner, and the captain then has to be dealt with. Stream Punch was to retreat. Centre victory point captured there by the German army. And there you go, Panther out here for Apdo. Adding the Pendlemark machine gun. Very good work there. More to the fire raining down here. Rearson's captain. Sonya's need to be a bit careful about all of this. There we go, more fire from the Panther. Sonya's moving ahead here, taking shots. Pendlemark machine almost down, and they're going to take it over top of the Panther. Shot bounces. Finally adding a machine gun there to the top of the 105mm Sherman. The medic is still not taking up, he's just adding more anti-tank guns. No attempt to see tank destroyers like the M10 or the M36 Jackson. At least not for now. I mean, if he continues to struggle to deal with Apdo, he might feel himself tempted to try and take up and bring in some armor like that. But for now, he seems content with the sort of current force composition. 5th Cavalry there suppressing troops. We got 213 versus 440. Second anti-tank was wrapped. Bulldozer Sherman head back up the anti-tank gun. Panther on watch. Forces are being routed by the assault units and the Sherman. Anti-tank gun shooting, shot bounces. I imagine the line infantry guns might be ordered to target the anti-tank and hit try and silence it. Allowing the Panther to push it further. Since if you can't get rid of the anti-tank guns, Apdo's Panther's going to have a lot more freedom of movement than right now, taking a lot of damage, will need repairs. Ken was trying to catch up with that Sherman didn't quite work. Oh, Panther exposing itself right in front of both anti-tank guns now, that is really bad. Sherman though continues to take heavy fire from the double Kednev, so they keep hammering the rocket after rocket into it. We could see the Sherman go down, but no, gets it! A significant loss here for Medic, who loses one of his stronger assault elements there. So what will Medic do next here versus Apdo? What will he do? Panther taking heavy hits from the anti-tank guns. Can't afford many more hits there before the Panther goes up in flames. Anti-tank and they're getting bombarded by the light infantry guns. Almost taking out the crew in a matter of shots. 200 points left here as Medic and the 2nd Armored Division keeps up the assault. The 15th Panzer Grenadiers are still struggling. They are still on the back foot. Quite a challenge here for Apdo. Interesting enough, he's not putting a lot of pressure on the left flank, and I do think apart he might benefit now from S-mines and also some orbital of the light machine guns, and then trying to exert more influence on the left flank. I mean, he's trying to wrest the initiative here from Medic, but so far he allows himself to just get constantly punched at, and more importantly allow, Medic to keep bleeding him out. So I do think Apdo could stand here now, slightly change up his tactical approach here. That's all you need to stay close to dying out. The ASM-20 though is still around, which is quite impressive. We got Apdo here with an infrared half-track, most likely looking for targets, following up with another truck that's going to be mechanised. Could be planning a Stukas of Fuss, or could be planning a King Tiger. I do not think he's planning both. Fighting for the centre here. Kedner for contesting the point, or at least attempting to. Lots of back and forth firing here. Panther shoots and misses the M20. M10 and then does not do that. That's the Panther and penetrates the armour there with its armour-piercing rounds. We got sector artillery available, or searing artillery available for Apdo to maybe try and break up some of Medic's positions. Another bulldozer shown here available from Medic. Is he actually taking up now? He is not. And there you go, does end up calling another bulldozer Sherman. Panther trying to go for the M20, the 8, and there you go, damage engine. He might just be able to finish off here with the Panther now. Oh, he is taking a lot of damage there from the anti-tank guns. And finally the M20 goes down. One nuisance less here for Apdo to deal with, though there's still plenty more where they came from. Finding in the centre there. Medic just keeps up the pressure, though he's not doing a lot of flanking, or even laying down smoke to help facilitate these head-on attacks. Got his opponent out to 159, he's got 440, and there you go, Bulldozer Sherman engaging the veteran 234 crew. Left to its own device there to cover the centre victory point. It was an easy target here for Medic to single out and deal with. Fighting for the eastern victory point, he's just content with trying to bleed out Apdo consistently. I imagine at some point he's going to try and make a push and then use steering artillery to, wreck Medic's positions. Got a veteran 2 line field gun, in fact 2 of them. Panther fixed up, truck could set up for mechanized soon. Folks then the fire from the 105 of the Sherman. Panther goes in for the kill, there we go, down to half health to get the antagonist nearby. And immediately begin piercing the Panther's armour. Left side of the map, they continue to remain very open and very unspoiled. Stand to put more pressure there. We got the infantry half to the scouting head looking for targets for Apdo to shatter, and we got the mechanized regiment headquarters up. Plus, I can also, inform some, any preparation for an attack, allowing Apdo to react better and set up preparations for it. So there's a lot of utilities, an infantry half check like that in these circumstances. 50 cover there. Probably needs to retreat soon before the double light infantry guns artillery silence it. 103 though versus 440. Apdo really needs to get serious about this. Can't really afford to dither about this much longer. They really should put more pressure on the left flank. Steel punching up, returning the fire here. Panther taking hits here. Steel punch is being blasted by the Sherman. We got there he goes, swing until he called in here on Medic's assault. If he's not paying attention, it could end up being quite costly. He's too slow here. There we go. Doesn't quite hit, but still could take out a lot of units here. Sherman down. 5th Cavalry lessons remain. Artillery is interesting enough not hitting this yet, but again, the longer they remain, the more likely they are going to get murdered by it. And taking the take here from the steering artillery, there you go, destroyed as well. 50 caliber down. Medic's attack is being demolished under the weight of Apdo's counterattack and artillery barrages. And there you go, assaulting is wiped as well, annihilated. An absolutely wonderful concerto there by Apdo and the 15th Panzergrenadier Division's artillery regiment. There certainly would be the sort of type of barrage they would not be able to perform a lot of at this stage of the war, since they've really and many times struggled with artillery munitions, and in some cases they maybe had like a few shells available if they even had that, like a barrage. We got artillery support called in here from Medic now to try and break up Apdo's defences. Left side though, still not seeing a lot of action here from Apdo. He needs to put more pressure there. Needs to put in a lot more pressure. When he's down to just 40 victory points versus an opponent with 440. I mean, that's a 400 point difference. Like, certainly something Apdo should be aiming for. And again, could easily be trying to relieve himself a bit of it by, heading this part of the map. Troops in reinforcing. Defending the points here. Well, he's trying to defend as much as possibly can around the centre where the artillery is still running down. $39 points left. I'm surprised Apdo's still not really doing much about this part of the map. I mean, he really could easily make gains versus medic, but it seems like he's just too worried possibly about what happens if we try to spread out further. Sounding a worry I can understand, but at some point he's going to have to risk it anyways. Seems at this rate he's not winning. Actually, he has a larger force than medic, but the problem is his victory point wise, medic could still win this. So Apdo, I think, needs to get a bit more aggressive here. Smoke stream down here to grab the center victory point, very nice. 29 points left though. Noting no grenades whatsoever there for medic, that's a bit of an oversight possibly. Go Panther in action, half health, close to veteran 2. And the folks of this continue to defend against successive waves of into there for medic. So they will have to bow to the prowess of the veteran fleet assault engineers. Oh, he finally dropped the flamethrower again back here into medic's assault engineers' hands. Finally moving towards the western victory point there, finally. Got a wipe here. Medics need to work a bit on unit preservation, and again, really, I think would have benefited from just, regular tech for armor rather than just relying on the bulldozer shown here. Also, more smoke streams when actually attacking, rather than just when things go slightly sour. Still, I would say, Medic's still really close to winning this, despite, I would say, other mistakes. It just highlights how successfully you can play armor there with some very aggressive tactics. It's starting to look like that Apdo might have a chance, because he needs to focus much more on the victory points. And there you go, Panther for Apdo. More assault units out for Medic and the second armor. And the tanks there being slowly silenced by the light infantry guns. Sturm Pioneer is trying to flank, but are halted by the 5th Cavalry machine gun. Panther charges forwards. Direct hit, very close, but to 2 armor Churtzen. Panther 4 halfway done. Medic still not taking up, floating a lot of fuel, by the way. Tank gun down, unit wiped somewhere, though I'm not entirely sure where. 27 vessels and 438. Panther 4 almost down there for Apdo. Lots of line for gunfire around the eastern victory point. 434 left for medic. Troops healing reinforcing here for Apdo. Both tanks are good to go. We have repair pioneers up there for Apdo, very good. Got the western victory point. Back here. Going for the eastern one. 25 points left here for Apdo. Assault unit's about to get wiped out. Force grab the victory point. Very good, very good. Should have a good chance of getting out the remaining 8 assault unit squad here out of the way, in which case, of course, that would be helped there for Apdo. Oh, almost got it, but not quite. Western point being defended by a less than veteran assault unit squad. Decides not to soon finish it off. Push for the center there. Troops being suppressed. Panther almost good to go here for Apdo, and the 15th Panzer Grenadiers, Medic, and the second armor continues to just charge ahead, heedless of the casualties. Panther 4 then lands a smashing hit there. Smoking down there to suppress the machine gun, very good. Pushing for the western point, will they care an effort. 8 points versus 434. Oh dear, can Apdo win this? I mean, it's looking like it, but I mean, at this stage, it's sort of risk being, one mistake and Apdo's dead. 7 points left. Charging on the base. The medic doesn't have a lot left though, so if he can break him here, he might, he can win this. The question is, does medic break? Panther 4 moving up. Panther misses the ambulance. And the tank in there being outmaneuvered by the Panther 4. Ambulance down. COH2 on Pioneers backing up. Veterinary 4, they're very good. And with this, Medic is broken. A victory for Apdo. An absolutely brutal fight here where he's most of the time fighting on the back foot against Medic and his absolutely furious assaults here with loads of assault engineers, riflemen and whatnot. Brutal fighting right here on Langraskaya. Nice place there by Apdo. Calmly, slowly turned around. Medic, many cases I think got a bit too bold, too reckless. Didn't consider getting smoke screens up to cover the assault, which I think would absorbed a lot of fire from it. He used from tech to push Apdo back. And as the fight went on, less and less flanking as well, which also much more easy to defend than for Apdo. And additionally, I think the failed take hit was, ultimate mistake. But still, he was really close to winning this despite all those mistakes, just with this incredibly hyper-aggressive playstyle. So that is something there worth keeping in mind. So I hope you enjoyed this match. I hope you learned something from it. I hope it gave you ideas for matches. If you did, subscribe, like, share, comment on it, tell your friends, tell your family, but don't tell your enemies. This is Imperial Engine. Cheers. Thank you for watching. You all a wonderful audience. Hope to see you all tomorrow again for a nice hunting episode. Bye.